Right, I will apologise in advance. I have been digging about in the garden, so I've got dirty hands. So if that does trigger people on, I apologise in advance for that. Who remembers the cheap Butias we bought last year? So we're talking October, November time. We put the order in, some Seagraves, ridiculously cheap, on offer. They were £163. I know a few of you did buy some, or at least one. I brought two. They were sitting on the deck in here. One's gone, so it means I've planted it. The other one, this one, still potted, is going to go in the front garden. But luckily these turned up early February. They were delivered, and we haven't really had any cold weather. We've had a couple of really light frosts, but nothing to even worry about trying to wrap them or anything like that. They're fine in pots, and with the weather where I am, at least, looking really good for the next couple of weeks, and not really any cold temperatures, definitely no frosts. So yeah, I've taken the decision to start some of the projects I had in mind. So yeah, let's get straight to it. I'll say it's not gone far, so it's gone from the deck in here into a raised planter here. So let's give you a idea. So originally these palms turned up, I chucked on the deck and didn't really know what I was going to do with them. I didn't really have a plan. I just brought them because they were cheap. You know, 7 foot in the pot, £163. I'm not going to keep going on about it, they were cheap. Anyway, still good quality. And yes, the scent is always going to be a little bit yellowy this time of year. Excuse me. Just due to the fact that it's cold, so the soil, the pot is cold, can't take up nutrients, so it's going to be a bit yellowy until everything starts to warm up properly and that the nutrients start flowing, and that'll green up nicely. Nothing to be concerned about. Alright, so I had some wood left over from the hothouse build I done last year. I don't know if any of you followed that, but I had a lot of offcuts, and I enjoyed, like I said, I just dumped these palms on the deck, and from the other end of the garden I enjoyed the view so much of that silver green foliage with all the rest of the sort of mid to dark greens that really did pop out. So I thought I'm gonna have to put one there, but I want to keep a little bit more height on it, so the raised planter was the way to go. So yeah, we had the offcuts of wood, so we've made a solid planter. So I've just mocked it up. I have backfilled the Butia section, but I've done a 2-tier, and the front section has no soil in the mix. I ran out of soil mix. I've got loads of compost, but I don't want to put straight compost in there. I like to mix it with other bits and pieces. Anyway, so, and I did have to redo some of the slabs along here, flatten them out and increase that, because I had to take a couple of slabs up, and so just sort of tidy that up so I can get through more potted plants around here as well if I need to. But this is the raised planter for the Butia. I had a Cycas Revoluta, which, believe it or not, has been outside all winter and still looking pretty good. Brown tips, but I think that has already started to brown off. It's not actually flushed for me, I didn't flush last year, but this is the one I got the year previous in Morrison's. I think that was 12 quid or something cheap. But yeah, it's been outside all winter, still green. Anyway, so that's what I've mocked up. I think that looked quite good. I had a load of this variegated grass in pots, so I've just softened the edges with that, so that will fill out in time. A nice variegated grass each side. And so I've backfilled the Butia. I've just put some weed membrane over it for now, because I'm well aware this is going to slowly sink down a bit, so I didn't want to totally finish it at the moment. I let the soil settle and sink down a bit before I probably put some gravel or something around that. nice decorative gravel or wood chip, whatever. So yeah, that's in I say in the ground. It's in a raised plant, but obviously that's open at the bottom so the roots can go down. Shouldn't cause it any problems. Nice solid raised plant. So like I say, this is the sago palm. So I just wedged some wood in here to stop all the soil that I've backfilled in this portion, just to stop that coming out. So I've just wedged some wood in there for now. Yeah, so I sort of redone the small patio area here and made this over the weekend. So it's now Tuesday. I creosoted it at the weekend, and so it's nice and dry. And then I obviously had some old compost bags, so I've just stapled them to the edges to line it so it doesn't rot out too quick. But like I say, it's creosoted as well, so that'll last a good few years. That planter, it's decent, already treated wood anyway. So yeah, so just a matter of getting some more soil to backfill that, and I will plant the sago palm in there. I've got a couple of hardy bromeliads which I might just put either side of the sago palm as well. But yeah, so this is really a case of aesthetics over practicality, because I've got two entrances either side of this Butia. I've got the deck into the summer house, and I've got the kind of archway leading to my shed behind there as well. So you know, I am going to be walking through here and brushing past the leaves as such, but they're not particularly, they are quite stiff, but they're not sharp. So again, it just looks too good in my eyes to miss that opportunity. So I don't mind brushing past that occasionally, just for it to look the way it does. I'm really happy with that. Right, so the soil mix that I used, obviously where I levelled out the ground here, I had a lot of turf, so I used that sort of in the mix at the bottom, so that'll be a nice loamy soil with a bit of compost, and mixed in with a bit of ballast. So that's a really coarse sand and stones, so that's really good drainage. So yeah, I think bit of natural garden soil, let's say, with the turf, bit of compost, bit of ballast for the drainage, and did put a little bit of horse manure in there as well, so that'll have a good start. And obviously before I backfilled, I sort of half backfilled it, and then I put a good sprinkling of bone meal as well, because that really does slow release fertilizer. That really does help get the roots established and get them growing straight away. So I mean, these are already a good sized palm, so I'm not concerned about, you know, restricting the growth being in a raised plant. And like I say, the roots can go down into the ground, so that they're gonna go down deep anyway, but I'm not worried about restricting the growth. It's not about getting this huge, it's just, you know, it's already a good size. So it is probably about 7 foot in the planter there, so that's given me instant impact straight away, and yeah, I'm quite happy about that. Now just got to have a tidy up. So I've got a lot of wood scraps about and whatever from some of the lean-to protection I had over some of the palms, and I've just got to have a general tidy up, because there's rubbish everywhere. But yeah, I'm just not happy to get some of these projects in my head and making them happen in reality. I have also planted the Butia palm, which I bought last year. I'll save that for a different video, so that'll be one to watch out for. I've put a few plantings in front of that as well. But yeah, I just wanted to just sort of, like I say, it's not finished, it's not complete, but it's giving you a gist of what it's going to look like. Just finishing touches and a tidy up. Right, so stay tuned for the Butia video. I might do that later on this week. And we'll leave it there. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you on the next one.